Bearded President of the Republic of South Sudan, Your Excellencies, the Vice Presidents, Right Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Speaker of the Council of States, the Right Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Presidential Advisors, Honorable Ministers, Governors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today's launching of the national consultative process with the aim to draft legislation for establishment of a Commission for Truth, Reconciliation and Healing is an important moment in our country in the quest for justice and reconciliation. This milestone event should have been done within 3 months of the establishment of the article, not only for this commission, but also for the hybrid court of South Sudan and the Compensation and Reparation Authority. These 3 transitional justice mechanisms are interconnected. They are expected to independently promote the common objective of facilitating truth, reconciliation, and healing, administer access to justice, compensation and reparation, respectively, in South Sudan. The Commission for Truth, Reconciliation and Healing is recognized as a critical part of peace-building process, as it will spearhead efforts to address the legacy of conflicts, promote peace, national reconciliation and healing. It is expected to inquire into all aspects of human rights violations and abuses, breaches of the rule of law, and excessive abuse of power committed against all persons by the state, non-state actors, or their agents or allies. In short, this commission is expected to recommend processes for full enjoyment by victims of the right to remedy, including by suggesting measures for reparations and compensation, which means its work will feed into the other 2 mechanisms: the hybrid court for South Sudan, the Compensation and Reparation Authority. In this, I'm hoping that the Ministry and the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and his team will expedite the process of drafting the other legislations for the other 2 transitional justices mechanism, so that justice can be dispensed in our country. By the way, the establishment of these mechanisms deters perpetrators from violating human rights. Last week, or more than a week, our president declassified documents. I think for the purpose of this commission, there are also documents which this commission will use. The report of the African Union, the popularly called the Abu Sanja report on human rights abuses in South Sudan, the several UN reports will also feed into the work of this commission. But more importantly, the views of our people, of which this technical committee was formed. The views of our people, I have confidence in the ministry and in the technical committee. They will listen to them, expressing their views, whether they are victims or even if they are not. This is important because, as I said, the legislation for the establishment of this commission will depend on what they will get. So I believe this commission shall be so busy once it is established. I also want to inform the commission and the ministry that the agreement which was signed 3 days ago will help the work of this commission, because unification of forces, graduation of forces, ushers in a conducive environment for you to visit all over the country. So you will not be faced with difficulties, since this phase of unification of forces is going to be accelerated as stated in the agreement. So I'm happy that you will start your work of consulting our people while the environment has become conducive. Listen to them. Once they give you trust, they will tell you all if they are victims. They will tell you all what they went through. If they are not, they will also tell you what they expect of this state to be. So I'm happy that you will start your work under a new environment. In conclusion, I want to commend the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and his team in the ministry for this excellent work that they have done and they are continuing to do. I also urge them that since the output of the Commission for Truth and Reconciliation is will feed into the hybrid court and will feed into the compensation and reparation authority. It's important now that we start the process of working on this legislation. For the hybrid court, the ball is being thrown when you speak to AU The AU says they're waiting for us to do the legislation. While we here in the ministry is waiting for the guidelines so that the legislation would be done. I wish the ambassador, Professor Jerome, was here in this launch, because part of the work is to be done by the AU, so that we wrap this chapter up and we move forward within this remaining time of the 10 months. In my consultation with the minister, he believes by June we can do many things. We can do all this within 2 months. And I want to call on the international community to support us, particularly in funding the committees that will be working in these mechanisms. We still have difficulties supporting them. The minister mentioned it, but we need that support so that we can really move forward in the shortest possible time remaining. Lastly, I want to thank the President for supporting this process, because this is an important process for our people to reconcile, for our people to get justice, for our people to at least be remedied if they have lost something. So, with these short remarks, I would like to invite the President to the podium to launch this process. Thank you very much.